Hey everyone, it is Yasmin Woodland and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be talking about an update in the Jenelle Evans and David Eason situation involving the killing of her French Bulldog Nugget. So if you guys have not checked out my channel, you can go ahead and do so. I just did a video on this subject about 2 days ago about David Eason killing and shooting and killing the French Bulldog named Nugget because it had nipped at his 2-year-old daughter, Inslee. There has been an update in this case, and pretty much everyone is concerned for the welfare of Jenelle and the kids. So if you guys don't know, Jenelle has a son named Kaiser. He's 4 years old, and the father of Kaiser is Jenelle's ex-fiance, Jenelle's ex-boyfriend, Nathan Griffith. Now, Nathan, it is reported that Nathan had reached out to the police department. He had called 911 and he called them, and during the 911 call, he wanted the police to do a welfare check on Kaiser, and not only on Kaiser, but the rest of the kids in the home and also Jenelle. Now, he stated that he heard the shooting through the MTV producers and Teen Mom producers, that there was a shooting in the home, and he heard that at the time of the shooting, his 4-year-old son Kaiser was actually in the home when it occurred. Based off those things alone, he wanted to call 911 to do a welfare check, which I think is the appropriate measure to take, being that his son is in that house and in that environment where there is an unstable person living there, or someone who is showing qualities of being, psychotic or just not in the right mental state. So I'm just gonna kind of read a little bit of the report to you guys about the 911 call and what Nathan was pretty much saying. And it states here, Jenelle Evans' ex-fiance and second baby daddy called 911 not too long after David Eason fatally shot her dog. It is crystal clear that he is worried sick about the safety of his son. It said that Nathan Griffin requested that the cops do a welfare check because he heard that Eason shot and killed Jenelle's French Bulldog Nugget. Nathan and Jenelle have a 4-year-old son named Kaiser, who he believed was in the house at the time. Nathan said that Jenelle had left the house after the shooting and gone to a friend's house, but he was also concerned for her safety as well. He was speaking to someone in the room with him and said if Jenelle goes back to that house where Eason was, quote, somebody is going to die. Now, as we all know, you guys, David Eason, fatally shot and killed the dog because it had nipped at Inslee's face, his 2-year-old daughter. They were sitting on the couch, and the 2-year-old daughter did something to upset the dog. The dog, being a little puppy, it just kind of nipped at her. It didn't bite her. It wasn't any deep wounds or bleeding or anything like that. It just nipped at her just to say, hey, I didn't like what you did to me, whatever that was. And because of that, David grew enraged and he shot and killed the dog. Now, the update in the story is that we didn't know that Nathan had reached out to the police department for them to do a welfare check. And also, according to this updated report, it is stating that David Eason took the dog and went outside to the back patio and slammed the dog against the back deck before fatally shooting the dog. So here I'm going to get just into my final thoughts. You know how I do with these videos, you guys. I'll talk about the breaking news, and then at the end of the video, I'll give my final thoughts. So here's my final thoughts. I had no idea that he had pretty much tortured the dog prior to shooting it. Shooting the dog, period, is just sick to me as a measure of punishment or a consequence of just, nipping at Inslee, at the child. I had no idea that he had body slammed the dog against the deck. He could have broken anything in the dog's body. It was a puppy. He could have injured it severely. But to know that he is acting in this sadistic behavior of torturing it, slamming it against items, such as wood and hard concrete items, things of that nature, to slam the dog and pick up the dog and slam it, is completely and utterly sickening. You've already physically hurt the dog. Then to take the dog to an unknown location, undisclosed location, and shoot the dog in the head. I really need this case to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. David Eason has got away with more things than enough. Nathan has came forward before and stated that he had been abusing Kaiser, that David had been abusing Kaiser, which is Nathan's son, in the home. And we have witnessed him on camera degrading Kaiser, hitting Kaiser, things of that nature. There has been numerous 911 calls from Jenelle Evans herself about domestic violence, of David going into these tantrums or these just enraged anger fits and lashing out and hitting her, pinning her down, and just doing all these crazy things. So with that being said, I really need justice to be served here. I don't think that this situation should be taken lightly. I really think Teen Mom and MTV and the producers, I really think they need to reconsider this Jenelle, airing of Jenelle. They need to reconsider the safety of Jenelle and her kids. And this needs to go to court. David Eason needs to have his day in court, and he needs to be charged with everything possible in the book. That is my final thoughts on this situation. My heart goes out to Jenelle. My heart goes out to those kids. And I'm actually angry, and internally I'm sad and I'm angry because I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her and the kids, and she needs to separate herself from this guy because it won't end good for anybody if they continue in this cycle. It has gone too far and went too far with Kaiser being abused. It was considered too far when even Jenelle herself was being abused. But to sit over here and kill an animal after it just did something that was natural. I mean, just imagine a fly buzzing around your head. We swat the fly, you know, we got aggravated that the fly was around us. We swat at it and that's it. The dog may have gotten aggravated because a 2-year-old girl was doing something it didn't like, got aggravated and nipped her and said, hey, I kind of don't like what you're doing to me. But because he does something that's natural that we do, that dog gets beaten and shot in the head for it. It's sick. It's sick. David needs help. He is sick. I am so glad. I commend Nathan for stepping up and calling 911. Nathan has been tried to get his son out of that home. He has urged the police numerous times over and over and over again to get his son out of the house. And my question is, what is it gonna take for them to listen? For someone to die? Maybe for a dog to die? Maybe finally they will listen to him after this killing of the dog situation and finally remove Kaiser out of the home and give them to Nathan? I mean, what does it take, you know? Nathan has pleaded time and time again to get his son. I commend him. I commend him for stepping up for the safety of his child, but not only his child, but Jenelle too. He's looking out for the best interest of Jenelle and the rest of the kids in the home as well. He said that he's scared for her. And we've seen their relationship unfold. It wasn't the greatest. And for him to step forward and say, hey, I know our relationship wasn't the greatest, but I still care for you. And I still care for your safety of you and your children and the son that we share. I commend Nathan. I really do. That is huge to me. That is a really notable thing that he has done. And I'm going to end it like this. David needs to serve his time and get slapped with any charges under the book. Jenelle needs to take her kids and run for the hills for her safety and her kids. And Nathan needs to get Kaiser. They need to listen. He needs to get his son because this situation has gone way too far. A dog is now dead because of David Eason and his unstable mental state. So who's going to be dead next? A human, a person? If he continues on this tangent, who's to say anyone in that house is next? Maybe himself. He seems like a danger to society and himself. I need everyone to get help. I need to see the situation have justice served to it, period. So that is the situation. That is the update in this Jenelle Evans and David Eason dog killing case. And what do you guys think about this situation? Let me know in the comments below on what your thoughts are in this update. Make sure you subscribe and tap the bell to get notifications of future videos that I may do. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.